Hello everyone, how are you all? So in this video we will be discussing conduction through cylinder. Okay, we have derived the equation for your heat transfer through a cylinder with generation, and we have just derived it for the steady state. There was no accumulation inside the volume. Okay, with respect to time. So the energy of that control volume was not changing. So that was a steady state case. So in this case, my dear students, let us discuss the conduction through cylinder without heat generation. So if heat generation is not there, so what will be the equation? Let us see. If heat generation is not there, so first of all, let us see assumptions. I am telling you assumptions are very important. Why? Because if you have applied or not considered one assumption, then whole equation will be disturbed. Okay, and due to which you will lost your marks. So I'm again telling you, just remember all assumptions, and these are very simple. They are not so much high so that you cannot remember them. I hope you are remembering all these things day by day. Now let us see what are the assumptions. If we are considering a steady state heat transfer, or we can say conduction through cylinder. So my dear students, we have seen in the previous video. Now let us discuss the conduction through cylinder here. So what are the assumptions, my dear student? Tell me. So assumptions are, number one, we have already considered steady state heat transfer. Heat transfer. Yes, that's why that del T by dt, small t, was 0. Okay. Now the second one is homogeneous material, homogeneous and isotropic material. Isotropic material, which is giving us what? Constant thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity. I know for gate you want to only remember equations, but these are very much important. I am telling you. Okay, that is K is independent of temperature. Okay. Now the fourth one is, which is most important, one dimensional heat transfer. Heat transfer. Very good. Heat transfer. Let us see. So my dear students, if there is a cylinder, okay, and there is a heat transfer by the cylinder. So I'm taking the part, so the cylinder is inside that board like this. Okay, so let us say heat transfer is there in this direction. So let us say QR is there. Okay, and this is your R1. So let us say this is your origin and this is your R1. Let us take this is your R2. The temperature here at this surface is T1. The temperature here at this surface is T2. So what are the boundary conditions? So boundary conditions are, at R is equal to R1, T is equal to T1, my dear students. And similarly at R is equal to R2, your T is equal to how much? T2. Okay, these are your boundary conditions I will be using in this equation. So what is the heat transfer equation in this? Okay, let us see. What was the heat transfer equation? So heat transfer equation was Q generation by K into R plus del by del R of R into dt by dr is equal to 0, my dear students. So in this case, now what will happen? Let us see. What I am assuming is without heat generation, that implies your Qg will become equal to 0. Yes or no? So heat generation will be 0. So I will do this, I will cancel this part, and the remaining part will be del by del R dt by dr. So the remaining part I will left with will be dr R into dt by dr is equal to 0. So this will be the remaining part. Let us say this will be the final equation for your conduction through cylinder. Final equation without heat generation. Final equation. So by integrating this term, by integrating this equation, so integrating integrating this equation 1, let us take 1 with respect to r, what we will have, let us see. So if I will integrate this equation, what it will become? This will become, that will become r dt by dr, okay, is equal to c1. If I will integrate this equation, okay, is equal to c1. So my dear students, again integrating this equation, what I will have, let us see. Again integrating, what I will have, let us see. I will take r to this side, this will become how much? This will become dt by dr is equal to c1 by r. And integrating this equation, what I will be getting, let us see. So I will get t is equal to, because dr will go this side, dr will go, let us see, like this. Let us see. So this will become dt is equal to c1 by r into dr. So integrating both sides, what I will have? So this will become t is equal to c1 ln r plus c2. c1 ln r plus c2. So I am getting this. So if I will have the values of constants, that is c1 and c2, by putting the boundary condition, so my dear students, can I calculate the temperature profile? Yes. You can also see the temperature profile is logarithmic in this case. So my dear students, I am getting this, which is t is equal to c1 ln r plus c2. Okay. Now let us see. So what is the final equation in this? So final equation, sorry, not final equation. So I am getting this one. So this is T1 C1 ln R plus C2. So T1 C1 ln R plus. So this is your. So I am getting the final equation. This temperature profile to be like C1 ln R plus C2. So my dear students, what you can observe from this equation? So we can observe, that is your important note, the temperature profile in cylinder without heat generation is what? Is logarithmic in nature, is logarithmic in nature. Okay, my dear students. So this can be 1 mark question for your gate. So if I am considering R1 and R2, so your temperature profile will be logarithmic in this case. So temperature profile will be logarithmic. So this will be your temperature profile and this will be logarithmic. Okay. Now let us put boundary conditions and calculate the value of C1 and C2. So putting boundary conditions, putting all boundary conditions, we will have, let us see what I will have. So this is T is equal to C1 ln R plus C2. So boundary condition 1. So what is your first boundary condition? At R is equal to R1, T is equal to T1. At R is equal to R1, your temperature T is equal to T1. At R is equal to R1, your temperature is T is equal to T1, my dear students. Okay. Now this will become T1 is equal to C1 ln R1 plus C2. So can I have the value of C2? Yes. So C2 will be equal to T1 minus ln R1. T1 minus ln R1. So C2 will be equal to, okay, C1 will also be there. So this will become T1 minus C1 ln R1 minus C1 ln R1 plus C2. Okay. Similarly for boundary condition 2, boundary condition second, that is what? At R is equal to R2, your T is equal to T2. So what I will have, that T2 is equal to C1 ln R2 plus C2. C1 ln R2 plus C2. So what will be the value of this C1 or C2? So by solving these both equations, that is equation number, let us take third, and equation number fourth, what I will have? So what I will have, C2 and C2 will be cancelled. So if I will subtract equation number third from equation number fourth, so what will be the value? Let us see. So this will become T2 minus T1, T2 minus T1, T2 minus T1 minus C1 ln R2 minus R1 minus, okay, then is equal to C1 ln R2 minus ln R1 minus ln R1, okay, minus ln R1, and C2 will be cancelled, okay. So what will be the value of C1, my dear students? So value of C1 will become T2 minus T1 divided by ln R2 minus ln R1, ln R2 minus ln R1. So this will become equal to C1 is equal to T2 minus T1 divided by ln. So this is in subtraction, so this will come in divide. So this will become R2 by R1. So the value of C1 will be T2 minus T1 ln R2 by R1. Okay, my dear students. Now let us see what will be the value of C2. C2 will be T1 minus ln C1 ln R1. T1 minus C1 ln R1. Let us calculate the value of C2. So what will be the value of C2, my dear students? The value of C2 will be equal to T1 minus C1. C1 is how much? T2 minus T1 divided by ln R2 by R1 into ln R1. Okay, my dear students. So this will be your C2. So putting all the values in equation number 1, that was the first equation of temperature profile. So putting value of constants in equation first. So what will be the values? Let us see. So this equation was T is equal to C1 ln R plus C2. So if I will put the value of C1, that is C1 plus C1 and C2, let us put the value from C1 is this, and C2 we know now. So let us forget this. So this will become T is equal to C1. What is the value of C1? The value of C1 is T2 minus T1 divided by ln R2 by R1 C1 into ln R plus what is the value of C2? C2 is equal to T1 minus T2 minus T1 divided by ln R2 by R1 into ln R1. Okay, my dear students. Now arranging the terms, what I will get, let us see. So I am taking this T this side, so this will become T minus T1, and I am taking T2 minus T1 common, so this will become equal to T2 minus T1. So one will come out from this equation. This will become 1 by or ln R by ln R2 by R1. So can I take ln R2 by R1 out from these equations both? Yes, I can take. So this will be ln R2 by R1. What will be the remaining term? So the remaining term will be ln R minus ln R1 So this will be the remaining term, my dear students. So can I write this equation? Yes. Let us see what this equation will become. This will become T minus T1. Let us take T2 minus T1 this side. So this will become T2 minus T1 is equal to ln R minus R1 will become ln of R divided by R1 divided by ln of R2 by R1 divided by ln of R2 by R1. So my dear students, at any radius R, you can calculate the temperature. At any radius R, let us say at any radius R, you can calculate the temperature. You can calculate the temperature. Let us say this is R and this is T. So you can have any temperature T at R. Okay, from this equation you can easily calculate any temperature, and you have to remember this equation for your GATE exam because it is simple. This is nothing but T, this is R, T1, this is R1, this is T2, this is R2, this is T1, this is R1. So temperature you can relate. Okay, so you can calculate the temperature, and this equation is very much important for your GATE. Okay, and remember it. So this is very much important for your GATE. So my dear students, from this equation you can calculate temperature. So not, let us take equation number 5th. We can calculate temperature at any radius r, from equation 5th. Hope you have understood what is the conduction through cylinder, and that was without heat generation. Remember it, my dear students. Hope you are enjoying the subject. Okay, so my dear students, in the previous video we have seen that how we can get the temperature profile in the cylindrical coordinates. Okay, in the cylinder when there is a heat transfer inside the cylinder. Okay, we have taken a steady state case and we have taken no heat generation in this case. So my dear students, let us see how we can calculate the heat transfer in this case. Okay, so maybe you know the temperature profiles now, you know the temperature distribution in this, and you know the value of constant, that is C1, C2. Okay, so let us see, my dear students, what will be the temperature at this, what will be the heat transfer in this. Okay, now come to the board. So my dear students, let us see the calculation for heat transfer, or we can say the expression for heat transfer. So the expression for heat transfer in cylinder. So my dear students, let us say there is a cylinder. Okay, I have taught you already that how heat is conducting inside the cylinder. Let us see. Let us say this is your cylinder and heat is conducted through this cylinder. Let us say this is the axis of the cylinder and heat is coming out to be, let us see. So heat is coming out to be from the curved surface area. This is a cylinder, the heat is coming out from the curved surface area. Okay, let us see how. So heat is conducted like this in the cylinder, that is conducted radially, my dear students. So if I will see the side view of this, then this will be the case, my dear students. Okay, now this is your center. Let us say this is your, R2. I am taking the outside radius to be R2, and what I am taking is I am taking inside radius to be what? R1. Let us say the temperature is T2 here. Let us see, and I am taking another surface inside the cylinder, and let us take this is your R1 and temperature is T1 here. Okay, this is your R1 and temperature is T1 here. Now what is going on? The heat is transferred radially in this direction, that is represented by QR. So let us calculate what will be the heat transfer. Okay, can I have the heat transfer? Yes, the heat transfer is occurring radially. What I have assumed is, first of all, I have assumed steady state heat transfer. That is your steady state heat transfer, my dear students. Okay, now the second one is your one dimensional heat transfer, that is in radial direction only. Okay, my dear students. And the third, which is most important, is that there is no heat generation. My dear students. So what will be there? That Qt will be equal to 0 in our case. So can I have the heat transfer? Yes. So according to Fourier's law, what is the heat transfer, my dear students? Now this will be given by kappa into area into dt by dr. Remember that the heat transfer is in radial direction. Okay. Now putting all the values, what will be the area of this? If the radius is r, my dear students, let us say if the radius is r, for that case what will be the area? So area A will be given by 2 pi r multiplied by L. If L is the length of cylinder, multiplied by L, 2 pi r L, that is perimeter into L. So the area will be given by perimeter into L. So let us see. So this will be the area. Now we know the conductivity. Let us say conductivity is K for that material. Conductivity is K for that material. Okay. Now can I have the value of dt by dr? So the value of dt by dr was, in the previous video you have seen, the value of dt by dr was C1 by r. C1 by r, my dear students. Okay. Now we can directly put that value, or what was the value of C1 there? Can I calculate what was the value of C1 there? So C1 was equal to C1 I have to calculate, and I know the temperature profile? Yes, I have calculated the temperature profile. So let us see. The temperature profile in cylindrical coordinate is given by temperature profile. You have to remember that because it is very much important for your gate point of view. Temperature profile for cylinder. For cylinder is given by what? T minus T1 divided by T2 minus T1 is equal to. So analogy was there, I have told you. So this will be what? Ln R by R1 divided by ln R2 by R1, my dear students. So if I will differentiate this equation, what I will have? I will have the value of dt by dr and along with the C1. Okay, let us see. So this will become, if I will differentiating with respect to r, differentiating this equation, with respect to r, what I will have, let us see. So this will become dt by dr. This is a constant term. I will take this to this side, is equal to T2 minus T1 divided by ln R2 by R1 is it multiplied by. So this is the constant term. Both are constants. So I have to differentiate only this term. So this will become 1 upon R by R1 multiplied by, and I will again differentiate that R by R1 term. So this will become 1 upon R1. So R1 will go. So this term will become equal to nothing but dt by dr is equal to T2 minus T1 divided by ln R2 by R1, okay, upon R. So this value which is C1. So C1 we know that is your T2 minus T1 divided by ln R2 by R1 now. Okay. So this is the value of C1. So putting all these values in this equation, what I will have? I will have the heat transfer, my dear students. Let us see. So this will become Q is equal to minus kappa K A. What is the area for this? Area we have seen, this is your 2 pi RL. 2 pi RL, my dear students. And what is the value of dt by dr? The value of dt by dr is equal to T2 minus T1 divided by ln R2 by R1 into multiplied by 1 upon R. So this value is of C1. Or directly you can put C1 upon R here. So R and R will go. Okay. So this R and this R will go. So the remaining term Q will be equal to, I am taking minus this side. So this will become 2 pi L multiplied by T1 minus T2. Okay. Divided by ln R2 by R1. So my dear students, can I write like this? Q is equal to T1 minus T2 divided by ln. So K is also there. K into 2 pi L. So ln R2 by R1 divided by 2 pi K L. And I can also write this term as delta T is equal to Q into Q into ln R2 by R1 divided by 2 pi KL. So this term, you know, so in this case, from this equation I can calculate the heat transfer, my dear students. From this equation I can calculate the heat transfer. Okay, so can I have the thermal resistance for the cylinder in this case? Yes. So what will be the thermal resistance? So we know that delta T is equal to Q into R thermal. Q into R thermal. So this term will be your thermal resistance in this case. So this term will be your thermal resistance from R1 to R2. So this term will be your thermal resistance in this case. So this will be your R thermal, and it will be given by ln R2 by R1 divided by 2 pi K into L. So this is your thermal resistance, and your heat transfer is given by Q is equal to T1 minus T2 ln R2 by R1 2 pi KL, or directly you can write from here. Okay, so this was your heat transfer, my dear students. I hope you have understood the concept thoroughly. So my dear students, in this video we will discuss what is the overall heat transfer for the cylinder. Okay, let us see if there is a cylinder. Okay, now let us see, this is your, there is a cylinder, and it is also having some fluid inside this. Let us say there is some fluid inside the cylinder. Let us say there is some fluid, and let us say this is having temperature TA and radius is RI. Let us say that is the inside radius, and that is the hot fluid there inside. So what will be the inside area, my dear students? So the inside area will be given by AI is equal to 2 pi RIL. Yes or no? Okay. And can I have the outside area? Yes. Let us say this is your outside radius R0. You will be having these kind of concepts in GATE. So this outside area will be given by A0 is equal to 2 pi R0 L. So I know the inside and outside area now. So what will be the heat transfer? We have assumed that heat transfer is steady state. So QR. So heat transfer through this inside radius will be equal to heat transfer through this. Okay. So heat transfer will be same from inside to outside. So overall heat transfer coefficient we have to calculate. So total heat transfer will be same because it is a steady state case. Heat transfer will be same. From inside to outside. Why, my dear students? Outside. Why? Because it is a steady state heat transfer. So the inside heat transfer, that is Q inside, will be equal to Q outside. Let us assume the overall heat transfer coefficient for inside is given by UI. That is overall heat transfer coefficient for inside area is given by UI. That is capital UI. And the overall heat transfer coefficient for the outside is given by U0. So let us say what will be the inside heat, my dear students? It will be nothing but your Q inside is equal to how much? This will be U inside into area inside into the temperature difference. So what will be the temperature difference? Let us take that there is a temperature TA here. I have already taken TA here. Let us say there is a temperature TB here outside, and there is some hot fluid. Okay. So now let us say cold fluid is there, because hot I have taken already inside. Hot. This is cold. So what will this will become? So I can have Q inside is equal to UIAI dot TA minus TB. Okay. So this will be the heat transfer from the inside surface of the cylinder. Okay. Where UI is the inside overall heat transfer coefficient. Similarly, can I have the outside heat transfer? Yes. Q outside will be given by how much? Let us see. This will be given by U0 A0 into TA minus TB. So my dear students, in case of cylinders, this temperature will be same. Temperature will be same because although area is different, but temperature will be same. So this will be equal to, because steady state case. So steady state case. So this Q inside will be equal to Q outside. So let us assume equation number first. So from equation first, that Q outside is equal to Q inside. So can I equate? Yes. So this will become, Q inside will become UIAI into TA minus TB is equal to U naught A naught into TA minus TB. So my dear students, this and this term will go. So we will left with only UIAI is equal to U naught A naught. So sometimes in the question, maybe he have given the outside heat transfer coefficient and he is asking overall heat transfer coefficient, and he is asking about the inside overall heat transfer coefficient. Maybe he have given the area, he is asking about the inside area. So this, like this, there will be questions, and if I will put the value of area, so this will become Ui multiplied by 2 pi R I L is equal to U naught multiplied by 2 pi R naught L. So the L will go, 2 pi will go. So the remaining term will be equal to Ui into Ri is equal to U naught R naught. So this will be the combination of heat transfer coefficients, that is overall heat transfer coefficients for your cylinder. Okay, my dear students, I hope you have understood. So let us move on to the next topic.